we see? All right. Good morning. Good afternoon, actually. You know, some things never always work out, but let me tell you something. This really worked out here today with everybody here today. I think this is wonderful. This is people I care. They care about New York State. You know, it's important. You know, we have over 100 unions standing up behind us, over 500,000 votes between families and retired members of the service. All over New York State are here today because they care. And that's what's important. And that's why we put together the Public Safety Alliance. And without the Public Safety Alliance, this is what we're going to be doing because we care. We care about our members. And what's happening with our members is not right. But before I start, we have some we're going to do a run. We have Majority Leader David Cause here, Councilmember Joanne Ariola, Councilmember Vicky Palladino, Councilmember Ivana Varnikov, and Assembly Member Sam Berger. And then we have our two special members here today that took the time and believed in this bill, in this legislation, okay? We have Senator Jessica Scarcella-Spatton from the Senate, and we have Assembly Kawani O'Farrell, retired detective who sits on the Assembly right now, that sponsored these bills for us today, for all of us here today. So we're going to have 5 speakers. We're going to have myself, obviously, Jessica, Senator Spatton is going to speak. Kawani's going to speak. Glenn Morgan, First Vice President from Corrections, is going to speak. Lou Civillo from Suffolk County, and Alexander Sadiq from CW 1182. Okay, they're the speakers here today. And we're basically saying enough is enough. Every day, our people are being harassed, bullied out there every day while they're trying to do their job out there. We're trying to stand here as a union, as unions, like I said, unions, because we care about our people. And this is not going well. This is public safety. We have people out there working every single day, and they're interrupting public safety in our face. Going by what Florida did in the HALO bill in Florida, gave us this great idea. Basically, the HALO bill consists of, in Florida, it's 25 feet. Got to stay away from law enforcement, otherwise it's a Class A misdemeanor. And then the union could sue you. Here we brought it here. We'll put the bill in here, and we'll let the senator speak about it, and the assembly person speak about it, about our bill, which is 15 foot. We need protection out there, whether you're corrections, whether you're a court officer, whether you're a police officer, whether you're a sheriff. It doesn't matter. Law enforcement, that's what matters. Traffic safety, that's what matters. And we're at risk here. And this is why we have the problems we have. We need the politicians to believe in us. We need to. They have to follow our path. That's what has to happen here in New York State. Not just here in New York City, in New York State. Because that's how many people are here, all through the state. Rockland County, Buffalo, all the way out to the Hamptons. That's what's happening here, because they care. So I'd like to bring up the senator that sponsored the bill, Jessica Scarcella-Spatton.
Good morning, everyone. This is a hell of a crowd. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you all for your service. My name is Jessica Scarcella-Spatton, and I'm honored to join all of our law enforcement unions to push for 2 pieces of legislation that I was proud to introduce with my great colleague, Assemblymember O'Farrell, who has served in the police himself. And I want to especially thank Scott Monroe. I can't possibly mention everybody, but you know I love and appreciate and respect each and every one of you and the work that you do. When asked if I'd be willing to draft this legislation that would address protecting our first responders and public servants, there was no doubt in my mind, especially coming from a family who is law enforcement themselves. I have uncles who are police officers, cousins as well. As such, I've introduced 2 bills, S9974 and S9975, in close coordination with the DEA and the union standing behind us. S9974 establishes a 15-foot safety buffer zone around responders on duty, and S9975 prohibits publishing personal information for our first responders, prosecutors, judges, and their families. It's important to note that other states like Florida, Louisiana, Indiana, Arizona, and Tennessee have all established similar legislation. As we know, first responders often must operate in hazardous and chaotic situations. By implementing a distance rule, we reduce the risk of injury and interference. This benefits not only our first responders, but our community at large. Both bills, especially S9975, address the rising threats that those workers in the public sector face today in a largely digital world, especially when it comes to online harassment and targeting. First responders, judges, and prosecutors must be able to do their jobs without danger of their personal information, including their home addresses, phone numbers, emails, and social media handles, being publicized or distributed with the intent to harm. I look forward to collaborating with my colleague to pass both of these important pieces of legislation. And I will conclude by saying we cannot protect our communities effectively if the individuals here today and their peers are not protected both at home and in their workplace. Thank you, and I pledge to continue to do all I can up in Albany to make sure our first responders are safe. And I want to thank everybody for your advocacy and support in being here today. It's truly my honor. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is New York State Assemblyman Kwani B. O'Farrell, and I stand before you today not just as an elected official, but someone who spent 25 years protecting one of the greatest cities in the world. You see, I woke up every single day not knowing if I would come home to my family, not knowing what faced me outside in those streets. But I would hand press my uniform every day and make sure my detective shield was nice and shiny, and I wore it with pride. To all of our first responders, what we do aside from helping people is we build real, true relationships, from the residents of the 6-7 precinct to the 4-4 to the 103 to the 122, all the way back up to the 3-3 to the 7-5 to the 110, all the way to the 1st precinct in Suffolk and Nassau County, and all the way upstate. Across every borough, across every neighborhood, and every county, we are there. From foot pursuits to 1085s, to 1013s and 1054 shots fired jobs, we've seen it all, and we've done it all. We protect every person who resides and visits this great state, regardless of zip code, regardless of background, and regardless of circumstance. All we ask is be allowed to do our jobs free from interference. But today, across this state, our first responders like our EMTs and firefighters, our traffic agents and our EMTs and our school safety are being surrounded, harassed, interfered with at the very moment that they need space and focus on the most. In the middle of a medical emergency, in the middle of an active crime scene, in the moments where seconds determine the outcome. In the New York State Assembly, I've introduced a bill called the 15-foot bill, number A10621. It establishes a crime of interference with emergency responders and creates a mandatory safety buffer field around 15 feet for all of our first responders, police officers, and EMTs. But I want to be clear today. It's not about silencing anyone. This is not about eliminating accountability. The right to observe, the right to record, and the right to speak, those rights remain fully intact. But this is about saving and protecting lives. This is about giving our first responders the space that they need to do their job. The public demands it, and we should do it without obstruction, without intimidation, and without interference. I've been to many a crime scene. I know firsthand what it feels like to be working to save a life and have that moment compromised. No officer, no firefighter, no EMT should ever have to choose between safety and doing their job. I would like to take this moment to thank my union president, Scott Moreau, his executive board, Suffolk County PBA President Lou Civillo, Nassau County PBA Tommy Shevlin, all of our detectives, all of our supervisors, all of our unions for the support for this bill. New York first responders give all to this state. It's time that New York State gives back something that means something to us. 15 feet, that's all we're asking for. 15 feet to do our job. 15 feet to continue to save lives. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Glenn Morgan, First Vice President of Corrections.
So, good morning. My name is Glenn Morgan. I'm the First Vice President of the COBA. Nobody knows what it's like to be harassed, provoked, taunted like a New York City correctional officer. That's a reality every single day you walk to any correctional facility. And that harassment should not be tolerated for my members or for our brothers and sisters in NYPD. That's why we are proud today to stay here in support of a bill in Albany that will create a buffer zone for law enforcement officers while they're doing their job. We deserve protection while protecting New York City. Let's get it done. Thank you.
Alexander Sadiq from 1182.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alexander Sadiq. I'm the president for the Traffic Enforcement Agent. Today we're standing in solidarity and unity with our brother and sister to support, especially when it comes to safety. The first thing we hear on the roll call, safety is number one. When are we going to act that way is right, so for us to feel safe outside doing what we do in the street? You're asking us to go out and do what we have to do every single day. When are you be able as a decision maker to do what you have to do for us to feel safe? Also, let me take the opportunity, we're urging every member of the Senate, member of the Assembly to support our bill for a peace officer status. We're not asking for no money, we're not asking for weapon, we're not asking to do any arrest. We just want to make sure that we do our job comfortably and we feel safe with doing it. Thank you so much, appreciate you guys.
Now our good friend Lou Civillo from Suffolk County PBA.
Scott. Good afternoon. First, let me start by thanking the two sponsors of the bill, Mr. Kwani O'Farrell, who does a tremendous job representing his constituents out in Suffolk County, where I'm from. I'm the president of the Suffolk County Police Benevolent Association. My name is Lou Civillo, and I stand shoulder to shoulder with the other unions you see here today. As police officers, we take an oath to uphold the Constitution. We don't take an oath to become second-class citizens. We don't take an oath to be punching bags. There is no right in the Constitution to threaten a police officer. There is no right to abuse a public servant. And that's exactly what people do. You can look at the fence line. You can hear the ignorance and hate being showcased out there today. Or go to social media and take a look and see what you see there. You'll see police officers, public servants of color, racist hate speech being hurled at them. Would we tolerate that anywhere else? It's only okay to discriminate if the person's wearing a uniform. Female police officers, go watch the videos. Harassed, sexually harassed, denigrated, vile things. Perps, these supposed auditors, detailing what they want to do to the female police officer. Repugnant. And no accountability. No repercussions whatsoever. And that's not even the worst. The threats. Again, watch the videos. You have people threatening police officers. The very people that stand to protect this city and this state. I know where you live, Mr. Police Officer. I'm going to come to your home, where your wife is, where your children are. And how do I know? Because Albany told me. They literally quote the law. 50A. Albany told me where your wife and kids live. I'm going to show up there. These are not my words. These are the words of these thugs. Shameful, disgraceful, and unsustainable. Unsustainable because no one wants these jobs anymore. I can tell you Suffolk County, Long Island, applicants have fallen by 2/3. Imagine what you're getting here in New York City. Who wants to sign up to be a punching bag? Who wants to sign up to have your family threatened? We sign up to risk our own lives, not our families. And thank you to the sponsors for having the courage to stand up to the mob you have outside these gates. They have been emboldened. Criminals are emboldened. And when you strip the authority away, when you make that badge that we wear mean nothing, that's when the violence comes. That's when you get smashed in the face with snow, and it's a joke, treated like a joke. Police officers gang assaulted. And it's not just here in New York City. It's happening on Long Island, it's happening in upstate New York, it's happening in our jails, it's happening to our public servants. My police officers, they get Christmas cards from the thugs and criminals they lock up. Christmas cards arrive at their house. This needs to change. What we're asking for is sensible. It's common sense. A buffer of a few feet. And the people that legitimately want to film, that legitimately just want to exercise their First Amendment rights, well, they should applaud this. Because it separates them from those that just want to cause chaos. You can film. We have no issue. Film us all day long. We're going to film you right back with our body cams. But you're not going to interfere. You're not going to harass. You're not going to sexually harass. You're not going to threaten my family. And when you start to do those things, we're going to tell you to back up. And when you don't comply, you'll be placed under arrest. That's irrational law. We don't live in a rational place. New York State, where we've released 44 cop killers. Not the getaway driver, not the guy that somehow lightly participated, was the fourth guy in the car, had no idea what was going on. The people who put the gun to the head and pull the trigger and assassinate our police officers, walking free in this state. Rational? Would you want that job? Complete and utter disgrace. This needs to change. This alliance, everyone you see here, is going to fight until we get this law passed. Thank you.
See, that's why it's called the team. You got something like that coming out. This is what it's all about, because we care, you know. And I care so much. These protesters, I have water out there. They can go get some water off our truck for us, because I don't want them to dehydrate out there. But the bottom line is, did anybody see the mayor? Because we invited him. I don't know if he didn't show up. Okay. So basically, I want to thank everybody here on behalf of the Detectives Endowment Association. Okay? Because we want to keep our people here. We're losing our people every day in our experience. And I know you are too. And that's going to be a shame. And crime's going to skyrocket. It's just a matter of time. Thank you very much.
Any questions on this topic only? Any questions?
I must, of course. Yes, I believe it's going to have to wait till after the budget deal. We're starting now. We started early January speaking with the Alliance. We're hoping it gets done by next year. I don't think it'll be done for the budget. They have to get the budget done. I think it will be submitted this legislative session. The bill is done. The bills are done. That would be great if we can. We'll do anything to get this passed, and we believe in that bill too. So I mean, that's the way. I know the city council wrote that bill here for local city government. I was hearing different information on that, but I believe it was the city council. No, we were not happy at all. We were not happy at all about how that was treated. That's where it all begins. If you have no respect for policing, throwing snowballs in their face, agitators every day, making money off these agitators are out there every day, that's not helping matters here. That's disrespected police. That means someone's getting placed under arrest. Resist. They don't believe in policing. And listen, when you resist, that's not good. It's not good. It's not safe. Absolutely. That's beginning of things, and the cameras out there in our members' face every day when they're out there trying to work and do their job. We had 2 detectives we had 3 people stabbed in the subway. They were down there on part-time. They have to see what's going on. You got people getting thrown on the tracks here and there. They have to watch what's going on in front of them, not having an agitator in their face. That's it. I have no comment on that. I don't want to go off topic. I'm here today for law enforcement. That's why I'm here today. Thank you.